This is a 2020 Fender American Professional Stratocaster that I bought new, and this is a 2022 Fender American Professional 2 Stratocaster that I just bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I can only keep one of these, and in this video we're going to figure out which one it's going to be. What is up, everybody? I'm Dylan, and I have finally gotten my hands on a Professional 2 Stratocaster. It's taken me a while to get one of these because I got pretty unlucky with that American Pro 1 that I showed you in the intro. I bought that guitar like 2 months before the Pro 2 was announced, and I felt pretty bitter about that, all right? I was afraid that if I tried a Pro 2, I would have like even more buyer's remorse with that, so I've been kind of hesitant to do this, but I found this one on Facebook Marketplace for 900 bucks. I felt like that was a good enough deal where I could get it, try it out, see how I like it, and if I don't want to, keep it and replace my Pro 1 with it, then I can sell it again for 900 bucks, no problem. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try this thing out. So first things first, we got to clean it up. We got to put a fresh set of strings on it. That way we can do a fair comparison. And we're going to do that now and then jump into playing it some.
All right, I was gonna do some type of cheesy string changing cleaning montage here, but instead of wasting your time with that, I'm just gonna quickly ask you to please like the video and subscribe. It really means a lot. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers so I can be a YouTube partner, working my way there. So if you enjoy this, like and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. On with the video.
All right, we got the Pro 2 cleaned up. We got a fresh set of strings on her, and I've spent a lot of time playing this guitar over the last 4 days. I feel like I've gotten to know it a little bit. I'm ready to talk about the comparison here, things that have jumped out to me. I'll do a play comparison where you'll hear both of the guitars back to back playing the same stuff on the same settings, so you'll get to kind of hear the difference as well in just a minute. But I wanted to talk first about a couple of the features that are really jumping out to me on this. I'm not gonna bore you with every feature on the Pro 2 compared to the Pro 1. This guitar's been out for 4 years at this point, so I'm sure you've heard all that. I'm just going to talk about what really jumps out to me, okay, as far as the differences, what I like, what I don't like. And I just want to say a couple of things up front here. One is that as I clean this guitar up, you kind of get to really know it at that point. And I would consider this guitar to be used good condition. It's not mint by any means. There's nicks a little bit here and there. It's definitely been played. There's some fret wear, but overall good condition. Nothing on the back of the neck. I'm really sensitive to any kind of scratches or nicks on the back of the neck. I don't like that at all. There's nothing there. Anything that's there just is what I would call normal wear and tear as far as playing. Everything works well. So I feel like I got a good deal, and that has only been confirmed since I've been playing it more and got it cleaned up. Next thing I'll say is, if I'm being 100% honest with you, this guitar has some work to do if it's gonna get rid of my Pro 1 back there, because the Pro 1 has some nostalgia, all right? And maybe this should count, maybe it shouldn't. Let me know what you think, okay? But the Pro 1 was my first American Fender Stratocaster that I owned, and that's a dream that I've had since I was a little kid playing Esquire. I always wanted an American Fender Stratocaster, and once I got older, got to a point where I could afford one, I went and bought it. And I never dreamt that I would ever get rid of it. I thought I would have that guitar forever, as we all do with every guitar we buy, right? With that said, I also want to be practical as well. So if this guitar is significantly better than that one, I will get rid of it. I just want to be upfront about the nostalgia factor there and let you know that it holds a place in my heart. So with that said, let's jump into a couple of the features on the Pro 2 that really jumped out to me as far as differences, okay? Number one thing I'm going to go into is the neck. The neck has 3 major differences between the Pro 1 and the Pro 2. And the first one I'll mention is the color. You can see it, okay? The finish they use on the Pro 2 neck is darker, makes it look a little bit older. I like that. But also it feels different. It's more glossy, okay? I think they call the finish they use on the Pro 1 a satin. It's not as glossy, it's not as shiny, doesn't look as old, it's dark of a yellow, more of a white on that as far as the maple goes. And on this, it's more of a glossy finish, okay? And it feels glossy as you're going up and down the neck, whereas that one just feels kind of more the satin. I think that's the best way you can describe it. A satin versus a gloss is the way I would describe it. But I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're in the same boat as me, you're thinking about a Pro 2, you gotta go somewhere, you gotta touch this neck. You gotta feel it, you gotta play on it a little bit. Even just run your hands up and down it will do a lot for you. It's definitely gonna be an opinion thing. I could see people making a case for not liking this as well as the satin finish. if you get a little bit of sweat going, and this glossy finish will get a little bit stickier compared to the satin finish, okay? So there's pros and cons here. Overall, I like the finish on this. I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, but I highly recommend that you find that out for yourself. Don't take anybody's word for it, because it's a pretty big difference. And what's more important than the way the neck feels? You know, maybe the pickups. We'll get into that in a second. Third thing on the neck that I want to mention, and I think this is an overall win no matter what, okay? They do roll the edges on the Pro 2 neck more than the Pro 1. I'm gonna try to get you a shot here where you can see the difference, but they've just carved those edges over a little bit more on the Pro 2, and you can feel that as you're playing. It doesn't feel as sharp on the end. It's not bad on the Pro 1 by any means, but it's better on the Pro 2, and I like that. So number one thing that jumped out to me is the way the neck feels in a couple different areas, and overall it's a positive on the Pro 2. I like the neck on the Pro 2 better. There's also a circumference difference. I don't really notice that. It's not that noticeable in my opinion, unless you're like super in tune with the radius on a Pro 1. Maybe that'll jump out to you. It's more of a compound radius on the Pro 2, but I don't really notice that as much as the other stuff I mentioned there. All right, next thing I wanna get into is this push button that is on the tone knob that allows you to plug in the neck pickup into different positions, gives you new tonal possibilities compared to other Stratocasters. I think that's awesome, and I think it's practical. I like it. I love the way that the neck pickup sounds in those positions, and it's something that I would use, okay? I really like the way Santeria sounds with using the neck pickup with the bridge pickup. I was vibing with that for sure. So overall, that's a positive. However, I don't feel like they really executed on this well. I don't like how big that gap is on that tone knob. I think it's ugly, especially when it's up. Like, you get a bunch of dust under there. It's just, it doesn't look right to me. I think they could have put the button in the middle of the tone knob and accomplish the same thing without having that huge gap that's just an eyesore to me. And yeah, I don't like that. Is it enough to make me not appreciate it? No, I think it's still a positive overall. Is it enough to keep me from owning this guitar? No, but I think they could do better with that, is what I'm saying. Last thing I'm gonna mention before I get into the pickups and the way this guitar sounds is the scalloped heel. And it's not a big deal to me, but I don't see any negative to it. So I think it's an overall positive. If you're somebody who shreds high up on the neck a lot, I'm sure will appreciate that. Doesn't really come into play for me that I've seen yet, but again, no negatives, so we'll take it. All right, so now it's time to actually get into how this guitar sounds. The important part, right? I'm gonna give you a side-by-side comparison. I think that's the best way to do it. I recorded me playing the same licks, same songs on both guitars. I had the settings the same on both. I'm just plugged straight into my Tone Master. Got the bass and treble on 5, volume at 5, and you can listen for yourself to that comparison. Let me know in the comments as you're listening what you hear, what you like better, and then when we come back, I'll tell you what I hear, what I like, and give you my final verdict. So let's see where we end up here. All right, so what I hear there is that the Pro 2 just has a little bit more output in the pickups. It's a little bit more balanced as well, in my opinion. Whenever I listen to the Pro 1 compared to the Pro 2, I feel like the Pro 1 is just a little bit thinner as far as the sound profile. It just doesn't feel like it has as much going through in that mid-range. And I feel like the output on the Pro 2 is a little bit higher as well. Like, this is really on that verge of breaking up. Whenever I would attack a little bit harder, it would get a little bit crunchy in there. And the Pro 1 wasn't quite there. It's not a night and day difference. It's just, this is a little bit closer to making that amp break up than what the Pro 1 was. I heard that as I was strumming those chords a little bit harder. This one really received that harder attack and went into that kind of crunchy territory more than what the Pro 1 did. So I like that. I like that. I never felt like the Pro 1 was thin necessarily. It wasn't a complaint I had with the guitar, but when you hear it compared to this one, it does sound a little bit wimpier almost, if that's a good way to describe it. And that's not putting down anybody that prefers that sound. There were times strumming those chords where I was like, yeah, that sounds more like a Strat whenever I was on the Pro 1. But overall sound, I think I do like these V-Mod 2 pickups better. All right, so I like the way the neck feels better on the Pro 2. I like the push button on the Pro 2 for the most part. And I think the Pro 2 sounds better for my taste. That's not looking good for the Pro 1, is it? Am I gonna get rid of my Pro 1? Probably. I think honestly what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell both of these and go buy a new Pro 2. And the reason for that is because I'm not a huge fan of this collar. It is growing on me. The longer I've had it, the more it's growing on me. But maybe I can go find me an Olympic white Pro 2. I'm pretty sure that surely they make an Olympic white Pro 2. And just live happily ever after. I'll keep that guitar forever. I guarantee it. There's never going to be anything better. Another thing that crossed my mind is maybe I just sell that guitar, the Pro 1, and I hold on to this until we see what's next. Because the Pro 1 came out in 2017. The Pro 2 came out in 2020. So yeah, 2020. So we're now 4 years into the Pro 2. Are they going to refresh that line at some point? I don't want to make the same mistake I made on the Pro 1. So maybe I should just sell that one, hold on to this one for a while, see what's coming. That might be a good play, but I think I've seen enough from this guitar to justify upgrading to the Pro 2. I think that if you're in the same boat as me, what I highly recommend is you try and do something similar. Keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace. If you can find one of these Pro 2s in good shape for under $1,000, jump on it. Try it out for a while. If you don't like it, I think you're gonna be able to get your money out of it. Looking at the prices on Reverb, the price difference between the Pro 1 and the Pro 2, it's maybe about $100. So I think you can find both out there used pretty reliably. Try them out and see which one you prefer. If you already have a Pro 1 and you're in love with it, it's not a night and day difference, okay? There's things that I like better about it. It's gonna be worth it for me, I think, even getting over that nostalgia. But it's not a night and day difference. I think you need to go and try it out before you pull any trigger on getting rid of the guitar that you already love. So that's where I come in. Pro 2 has been pretty impressive. I don't regret my purchase. I'm not exactly sure on how I'm gonna go about keeping this one or getting a new Pro 2. I don't know which way I'll go, but I'll keep you updated on the channel. So let me know in the comments what you thought as we went through this comparison. Maybe you already have a Pro 2. How do you like it? Do you have a Pro 1? Are you in the same boat as me? Let me know all that. If you enjoyed this, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.